Y'all gonna have to excuse the noise, but it's kids playing outside. I can't tell them to go in. Well, I can yell out the window. So I've been reading about many of the prophets. All of them had a message to give. It was an urgent message they had to give. Noah was I'll just say he was faithful, and God told him to build an ark because he was going to destroy. God was getting ready to destroy the whole earth, and he told Noah, and Noah, by faith, built an ark. Right? But anyway, he preached and preached and preached for years about this flood that was coming to destroy the earth. People gonna laugh at you no matter what you say when it comes to what God told you to do. I mean, don't worry about what people say. When the Lord tells you to do something, just do it. Obedience. And you do it not because you want the glory, but because faith and the fear of God is in you. So Noah built this ark, right? Big, gigantic ark. And the crazy thing about it, it had one door. One door. Come on now, one door, really? If it was me, I would have been like, oh, Lord, I don't know about this. I ain't never seen rain before either. He didn't doubt. He had faith. And he built an ark. An ark. He gave him specific instructions on how to build the ark. Noah could have been like, well, Lord, I think that if I do it this way, this will hold it steady. But had Noah built the ark in his own human wisdom, he would have been lost just like all those who distrusted the word of the Lord. So I'm reading the Bible and I'm looking at this thing. I don't have time to go into depth, but you all heard the story of Noah. People don't really talk about the urgency of that message. And see, they laughed. People laughed at Noah till they died. They find themselves outside of the ark. I want you to see the spiritual aspect of this. They found themselves outside of the ark, and it was too late. It was too late for them to enter after the flood came. I just found that very interesting. How in this day and time we see we see things going on. I'll just say it like that. We see a lot of things going on in the church and outside of the church. It's just mind blowing. To be honest, I hate watching the news sometimes because I see serious times. But like Noah, I determined in my heart that I'm going to be faithful and obedient. And Noah saved sons, their wives. I can't remember who it was. Don't judge me because I don't. I should have really looked into that. But my mindset was focused on something else. I'm horrible. It was very powerful. When I read the story, once again, we read the stories and the ark was floated and the little childlike stories that we receive. But the urgency of the message is the most powerful thing to me that stood out with the story of Noah. No doubt, we're living in the last days, but we don't have to fear because we've been given instructions, guidelines, and we have examples like that of Noah and the rest of the prophets. What is your urgent message? My urgent message to give is the three angels' messages to the world and to actually live it. People, I'll be honest with you, people get tired of hearing about the three angels' messages and get tired of hearing about these biblical aspects on life. People are ready to start seeing people living it. Focus in on Noah. Noah not only preached, but by faith he began to do, and he began to live it by faith. Faith is, man, you can't talk about Christianity without faith. And I realized how much I lack faith. I mean, don't get me wrong, I have faith. And see, that's when Satan comes in and he begins to, sow these thoughts in your head. That what if, you know what I'm talking about. When you get to that, oh man, what if? I'm studying about this urgent message that Noah was trying to give to the world to save them. Okay, I'll leave that alone. In Hebrews chapter 10, 11, the Hall of Faith. You've heard it before. I know you heard it before. Let me see if I can find it. But I came across Noah and a lot of the other prophets who also had urgent. I'm all the way in Revelation. It's a habit for me to go to Revelation. I don't know why. Right, okay. Hebrews chapter 11. Look at this. Hebrews chapter 11 verse 7 says, by faith Noah, being warned of God of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. When I read that, it blew my mind. It blew my mind, the fact that God always gives opportunity after opportunity after opportunity. I'll just say it like this: there'll be no excuse why you didn't find yourself on an ark. This is how I view it. Christ's salvation. If you look at the tabernacle, remember the sanctuary? Maybe not, but anyhow, there was one door, just like on the ark. There was one door, one way in and one way out. When it comes to biblical studies, you will see that you'll take note of what Christ is, and be mindful that wherever Christ is, there we should be also spiritually. So Christ is in the most holy place. If you go back and study the sanctuary, I don't think I have the book. Oh yeah, the sanctuary service, and I have the cross and the shadow. If you can go get those books, this whole spiritual walk is a symbol of God's love for the saving of man. You know, sin separated. Okay, I don't want to go too far, but I want you to keep at the forefront of your mind that, listen to me now, everyone has an urgent message. Even if you're out in the world, I don't know what it could be. I was in the world, but I wasn't too deep into the world, where I guess what you would call lukewarm. A little here, a little there. All that to say this right here: we all have an urgent message. And just as back then the urgent message was to get on the ark, today is the same message, the same urgent message given to Noah. Get on the ark. Y'all have a blessed week.